আসসালামু আলাইকুম শ্রোতা বন্ধুরা। আশা করি আপনারা সবাই ভালো আছেন, সুস্থ আছেন আর অবশ্যই রিল্যাক্স রেডিওর সাথে আছেন। আজকে আমাদের টপিক গত মঙ্গলবারে মানে প্রতি মঙ্গলবারে আমরা নিয়ে আসবো আব্দুল হক চৌধুরী, যিনি ইস্ট অ্যান্ড ট্রেনিং সেন্টারের ফাউন্ডার। আমরা অনেক ট্রেনিং নিয়ে কথা বলবো। মানে মঙ্গলবার হলো ট্রেনিং আর এডুকেশন নিয়ে কথা বলার দিন। তো আজকে আমরা উনার সাথে কথা বলবো। কিন্তু কথা বলার আগে বলে দিতে চাই যে দিস প্রোগ্রাম ইজ স্পন্সরড বাই ইস্টার্ন ট্রেনিং সেন্টার। তো আপনাদের সাথে চলেন পরিচয় হয়ে যাই আব্দুল হক চৌধুরীর সাথে। আসসালামু আলাইকুম হক ভাই, কেমন আছেন?
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহি ওয়া বারাকাতুহু। Fine, thank you. How are you? ভালো আছেন আপনি?
আমি গুড, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ আমি গুড। আর আজকের দিনটা ভালো লাগছে যে আপনার সাথে প্রোগ্রাম করতে পারছি। গত মঙ্গলবারে আমরা নতুন করে প্রোগ্রাম সাজিয়েছি আমরা ট্রেনিং নিয়ে। তো বিভিন্ন ধরনের ট্রেনিং আপনারা অর্গানাইজেশন করে থাকে ইস্টার্ন ট্রেনিং। আজকের প্রোগ্রাম মানে প্রতি মঙ্গলবারের প্রোগ্রাম কিন্তু আমাদেরকে স্পন্সর করা হচ্ছে ইস্টার্ন ট্রেনিং সেন্টার থেকে। তো যার কারণে আমরা ট্রেনিং নিয়ে কথা বলবো। তো গত সপ্তাহ আমরা যেগুলো নিয়ে কথা বলছিলাম, আপনি যদি একটু রিক্যাপ করতেন, তারপরে আমাদের দর্শক শ্রোতারা জানতে পারলেন যে আমরা কি নিয়ে কথা বলেছিলাম গত সপ্তাহ। তারপরে আমরা নতুন টপিক, আজকের টপিক হলো আমাদের আম আ আম শেয়ার হোল্ডার নিয়ে, শেয়ার মার্কেট নিয়ে। তো এইগুলো নিয়ে কথা বলবো আমরা, শেয়ার মার্কেট নিয়ে। তো শেয়ার মার্কেটে যাওয়ার আগে গত সপ্তাহ আমরা যে প্রসঙ্গে কথা বলেছিলাম, একটু যদি টাচ আপ করতেন আপনি।
Thank you very much for giving me a chance to speak about last week program. So last week we were talking about A1 and B1 qualification. Also spoken about life in the UK. So আমরা যখন কইছি কি আগল্লাহান লাইফ ইন A2 বা B1 exam আপনার ফেস টু ফেস হচ্ছে না। সো ওয়েন উই গো টু ট্রিনিটি কলেজ, তারা কিতা করবো, ওলা কম্পিউটারের সামনে আপনি বহাত থাকবা, আমি আপনার সামনে মাত্রাম, ইউ এট হোম। সো এজন মানুষে কিতা করবো, কম্পিউটার ওলা লাইন লাগিয়ে দিব, ক্যামেরার সামনে বইব আপনারে, আপনার লাইন এজনে দূর থাকি এক্সামিনেশন কন্ডাক্ট করবা। And then আগে কি হইতো আপনার A2 B1 এক্সামিনেশন ফার্স্ট করলে লোকালক তারা একটা রেজাল্ট ফার্স্ট উইকে আপনার রেজাল্ট ইস্যু করিত। Then after 1 week আপনারা তারা পোস্টিং করতো সার্টিফিকেট। At the moment they are not working in the premises, they are conducting examination from their home. আপনারা যখন সেন্টারে যাইবা তখন ইনভিজিলেটর করবা কিতা, they will put you in front of a computer like you and me. তখন আপনি কিতা করবা, টিচারের লগে আপনি কম্পিউটার নেটওয়ার্কিং এর মাধ্যমে এক্সাম করবা। সো টিচার তা বাতান গড়ো বা ফারে কোন জায়গা থেকে আপনার লগে রিমোটলি এক্সামিনেশন কন্ডাক্ট করবা। যেহেতু আপনার সরাসরি টিচারের সামনে নাই, এর লাগে তারা আপনার ইচ্ছা করলেও আপনার রেজাল্ট সাথে সাথে আত্ম দিতে পারেন না। But last 2 weeks ago I received the email from the head of Trinity Self Examination, and what she is saying from now on we will email them their result thereafter they sit for examination. So examination for din aki tara kita korba, result email kore tarare delaiba, erpore certificate tarare post korba. Also nane let me talk about B1 examination. I was invited in December last year to Trinity College in Central London, and we were told that from now on, if somebody use a family topic, they are not going to make them pass. Also, throughout question যে আমরা যদি find out করি যে learners are not speaking from their own, they are just memorizing answer, then they will not pass in the examination. like তারা কইছেন we have to make sure they speak with proper grammar, তারা grammar জানতে হইব আর তারা ফকতা কি তারা মারতে হইব। So like তারা করতে কইছেন they have to use their own topic, even if they write anything wrong in the topic form, if they have any grammatical error or any error with the uppercase or lowercase letters, there should not be any problem, because this is not a writing examination, this is a listening and speaking examination. What they would like from learner, they can speak with proper, they can speak with grammar. That's na ki apni kono broken English matta. Also they want to make sure you are not memorizing anything. So apni mone holka onek shomoy দেখা গেছে আপনি যদি নিজস্ব own topic থাকে, different topic থাকে, আপনি আধানো পারলে পাস করে দিলে এখন they know that you're taking your own initiative, you're talking from yourself, from your own point of view. তারা যদি জানতে পারে যে আপনি নিজে নিজে মাত্রা কিছু মেমোরাইজ করেন না, যারা কম পারলেও তারা ফার্স্ট দিয়ে দিলেন। তারা যেখান বারবার মেক শিওর করছেন would learn from now on our learners are not memorizing answer. If we do find out from our investigation or from our interview, they are not going to pass in the examination. Like I can trainer একটু hard হয়ে গেছে, we have to teach them more. আগে হয়তো we didn't deliver 4, 5 or 6 lessons, they used to pass easily, but nowadays we want 4 to 30, 50, even 60 sessions if they are not good enough in English. তাহলে কি দেখা লাগে প্রচুর পড়ালেখা করা লাগে। 400 মানুষ আর আগ থেকে ফি কমছে। My situation, I like Bangladesh government. Everyone is squeezing. I have to pay rent and everything. And I used to probably run 10 lessons. Now I have to run 20, 30 lessons. Also charging 30% less. But alhamdulillah, Allah lakhul shukriya, doing very well in these tough prices. So they have now price humaisi expenses shukriya Allah, because of my hard work, commitment and determination towards my customers, lagi company aste aste grow rakhi.
How would you relate to share market on your training program? Why?
Because I'm a trainer, I have been teaching since 1992. I know when I was a degree student, I used to teach English as a foreign language. People even 20 years senior than me. So I was teaching since 1992 English as a foreign language in Bangladesh. The share market is all about learning. First thing, let me give you some caution. If you are not sure about anything about share market, do not invest. About 76% of the investors lose their money every year. So after share market, it is very risky market. If you don't know about the companies, if you don't know about the trading, if you don't know about the equity ratio, if you don't know the balance sheet, if you don't know the trend and movement and the financing and forecasting, if you don't have enough information about a company, you do not buy share. And share market is conducted by, I think, is regulated by Financial Conduct Authority. Also, sometimes you'll find out you buy share when price up, but when price you buy share when price
is down.
When price goes down, you cannot buy shares at that price. I found so many times when price goes shares down, I think somebody from the broker, I don't know who they are, they're saying third party. When you ring broker companies, what are you doing? You're allowing your customers to buy shares. This is not us, it's somebody else controlling from other part of the market. So when the price goes down very seriously, they don't allow to buy share. Within 1 or 2 seconds, price goes up. When you try to buy it, it goes 10 to 20% up. So when share price goes up again, you would like to make profit. There are some risks. Suppose is some shares is selling price is £2. When you try to sell it £2, nobody buying it. When you put it 150, then people buying it quickly. So it's not what are you seeing in the screen? It's not the right all the time. You cannot buy the share what is shown in the screen. Probably suppose BT share. This is probably today's £5. If this share price is less than is traded at a discounted price, you'll not be able to buy it. When you click it, it's going to £5.50 or £6. Again, when your share price goes up, probably you're making 10% profit, net profit on your purchase. You will see it's very hard to sell at the price mentioned in there. This is a very risky and volatile market. Shareholder mean you own the company.
Before we go into all that details, I would like to know, so somebody wants to invest, what background should they have?
You do not need any qualification or background to deal with share market. You need to know the market. Definitely, if you even are 5 plus 6 plus the English for and if you know the financing, if you know how to organize everything, if you know P ratio, price to equity ratio, and if you know about the balance sheet, if you know about the company, then it's good for you to buy share. Sometimes, if you even are 100% sure, things could go wrong. Okay, you're not going to win all the time. Suppose you know one company, you're probably thinking the share price today, there are some good news. Share price would go up 20% tomorrow. It may not happen in the real life situation. If 75% cases could go right, but 25% cases it could go wrong. So this market is very much unpredictable and very risky and volatile, and price could fluctuate easily and very quickly. And also you'll see in the large corporation, like large investor, some people have like investment trust.
Mhm.
Investment trust, they got billions of pounds sterling from common public. And what they do, when price goes down, they buy in huge numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone will drive mad to buy that share. Look, price down, so then price will go high again. When price will go high, probably one of the I will not tell the name, investment trust sell 2 billion in one single day. If they sold all their shares, they will make their profit, and then will price go down very quickly. So it's like some sort of gaming industry, and therefore it is not for everyone. And it can stress yourself as well. If you're in a heart problem, please do not involve in this trade. If you do not tolerate risks, please do not involve in this trade. This is some sort of gambling. One of my cousin told me one day, I have never heard any Bengali people made any money from share market. Also, I had one customer yesterday. He's saying one of his friend lost £1 million sterling from the market, and he has to sell his own house. This is a very volatile and highly risky market. 76% of the customers who invest in the share market lose money every year. 24% make money. I think most the gainers are those who are working in broker house. In the market, who is controlling the figures. This is not it a tulsi vatanai. So far I realize, of course, is something is not very clear. Though financial conduct already control them, but its fluctuation is very high, and that should not be happen in real life situation. Heart problem, if you have any disease, a long-term illness, please do not invest in share market. Keep your money, do something else. So live in the bank, you will not lose anything. In share market, you can lose it. If you want to invest, I got good training for a week. You can attend to my training, but I will not tell you where to invest. I can tell you all the technique and diplomacy when the price goes up and down, what could go wrong, what could right. I can teach about P ratio, price to earning ratio. I can teach about how to find figure from balance sheet and profit and loss account. And also I can take at the seasoning. Like you should not buy a overcoat in June, July when temperature is about 30 degrees. Okay, so if you buy wrong share at the wrong time, then you're going to lose money. There is timing as well, and there are market as well. So different companies behave differently in different time of the year. There's so much thing you need to know. So if you do not learn, even if you spend 500 quid to learn about share market, you're not losing £100,000. Therefore, it's very important you learn. If you are not sure, do not invest any single penny, and do not invest your time. Time and money, both are important. If you spend £100,000, probably you're spending another £50,000 sterling worth of time. So you're losing £150,000. Also, you're stressing yourself, you're making yourself sick. Therefore, if you are not sure, please do not involve. Stay away from the market. Like my cousin said, I never heard any Bengali people made anything from the share market. Still 24% people making money. If you want to
reason behind it, বাঙালি মানুষের কোনো পয়সা বানাতে পারে না শেয়ার মার্কেটের কারণটা কি? Because they don't know how to invest, or they don't know the timing of the when to invest.
Suppose I'm going to buy shares, and if I don't know anything, suppose I click something, I put 10,000, by order 10,000 worth of shares. Probably it's priced £2. If I don't look at the order sheet, how much I'm paying for it, probably they're charging me £2.50. There could be some errors if you don't look at when you are buying. Okay, there could be some errors when you're selling. Probably put £2, they're selling it for £1.50. So you have to be very careful when you buy and sell, and do not rush in the market. Okay, if you rush, then you lose. And do not stress. If you are desperate to invest, then you have to have patience with this £100,000. I am taking 100% risk. I will lose it or make it, but I'm not stressed about it. If you think in this way, And if you have enough knowledge and expertise, if you have enough information on the companies, then invest. Otherwise, I will tell everyone not to invest. I know so many Bengali people, they are crying, they lost so much. They're out of the market. One of the problem is very sad news is when price goes up, when you want to make profit, they're not allowed to sell it at that price. When price goes down, they don't allow you to buy at this discounted price, and that's why people lose motivation. And you have to put price down, and you do not make enough profit. So what is in the screen is not right for everyone. I mean, if you see you're selling for £10 per share, probably when trying to sell it, you're selling for £8 because no one buying with £10 per share. Also, at the moment, market is very volatile because of the pandemic. Lots of business hit very badly, like airline companies. If no one is flying, no airline, they aren't flying anymore. If they don't have enough customers, they have lots of cost involved. Their plane is grounded, so they have to maintain their machinery, engine, everything. They have to pay their staff wages. If probably they're cutting dividend to cost expenditure, but they have lots of maintained cost. Even if they do not have any business, they're still incurring cost every day. And therefore, I mean, you need to think about it where you should invest. So you need to look at the timing, the market, the season, and the industry. Suppose you're buying a share from American top corporation. Probably they are selling electronic cars. German company may bring a new car next year time. Germany, Japan, they're very good, intellectual nation. They also produce heavy plant and machinery. So if they bring down something similar to that model, then there should be a high competition. So therefore, it's very important for you to look at the trend and the figure. If I were you, if I see something is very high at the moment, they did very well last 5 years, it does not mean they will do very well next year. Past performance would not give me any guarantee for future performance.
Of course.
Suppose I run Eastern Training. Today I'm doing very well. Tomorrow I may not be doing very well. I'm getting old. There could be new people, young people coming to the market, know lots about Google and search engine optimization. They can grab market very easily. So past performance never would give me any guarantee for future performance. Therefore, it's very important. Look at all this information and do not invest any single penny to the market unless you are sure what you are doing.
In terms of, there are a lot of Bitcoin thing going on. Is that part of
I mean, one of my friend told me it's just scam. One of the accountant is a very smart accountant. You do not see lots of qualified and very professional account on the screen, because I have accounting background and most of my friends are chartered registered qualified financial accountant, and when I meet them, I see them. You don't see them in TV channels. They don't go to TV, radio, any program. They're very intelligent and they have very good patience and tolerance. So you don't see them in different programs. I asked one of them, what do you think about this? He just said, before he made any comment, he says, calm. Then I asked one of my trainers, an army guy, and he said, listen, he's calm. Don't tell anyone to invest in there. So I interviewed so many people, and they're saying it's calm. So you'll see if I have any screen, next time I will log into the screen, I'll show you how do they commit crime. So next time when I run program, I'll show you everything what in the screen so that people can learn and do not waste their.
The reason why I mentioned that yesterday, somebody tagged me to a program. It took place in one of the leading TV channel country. Not Bengali, but আমাদের English channel গুলোতে, and প্রেজেন্টার একজন এশিয়ান ভদ্রলোককে, মানে ইয়াং একটা ছেলেকে ইন্টারভিউ নিচ্ছে বিটকয়েন সম্পর্কে। তো ওটা আমাকে ট্যাগ করা হয়েছে। At the same time, they said that they have invested uh, 200 pound, and in turn they got 300 and something. And that means the money has increased, whatever they invested. So
Yeah.
I thought quite interesting. But as far as I know, there are other people who invested in Bitcoin, but they lost a lot of money. Because of that reason, I thought I need to raise that. And because you're talking about share market and all that, so I thought
Yeah.
this is important as well. Bitcoin is one of the kind of share market thing that we need to inform our viewers and listeners.
I mean, do not invest because what happened when price goes up, your profit should go up. When
Mm,
price goes down, your profit should go down. But in real life situation, you see probably you make 20% of it, your figure is going down. So I recorded some of my camera phone to teach when I run training for public to show them how they are losing money. So
mm,
I have recorded some transaction in my mobile phone so that I can teach learners so that they don't waste their money. I interviewed so many Bengali people, and no one of them told me they made money. And they're saying, I spoken to my friend, he was crying. I spoken to blah blah blah, he was crying. I do not know any Bengali guy who made money from those cryptocurrencies.
okay, we've got someone. We've got a few comments. Let's go through the comments. Uh, বজলুল আহমদ লিখেছেন, আসসালামু আলাইকুম আপা, আপনি ভালো নেই? আপনি ভালো নেই? জি, ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম। আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো আছি। তারপর লিখেছেন, আপু আপনি কেমন আছেন? আব্দুল করিম, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো আছি। তারপরে তানজিলা লাবণ্য লিখেছেন, হাই হাফসা আপা, so nice to see you again. Enjoying nice discussion. Thank you so much for staying with us and listening to us. Then we have Mohammad Reza Ahmed. আসসালামু আলাইকুম, আপনি কেমন আছেন? ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম, আমরা ভালো আছি। আম তারপরে সুজা মহিমিয়ান লিখেছেন, অগস্ট প্যাসেঞ্জার ডিমান্ড down 81.5% compared to previous year. With 1.4 million people traveling via Heathrow, less than a fifth of what is usually seen in the summer gateway. Do you have anything to say regarding this?
Yes. What happened? Let me read this. August passenger demand down 81.5%. It does mean 81.5% people are not using Heathrow. So plane are flying. So if they don't sell ticket, they're not going to generate any more revenue. So those planes at the moment sitting down somewhere. So if they want to use it after 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year later, they have to do their maintenance work. They have to pay the engineers. They probably have to introduce new plant and machinery to allow them to work. Let me give an example. During the pandemic, lots of restaurants were closed. Now, Cambridge Council, one of the GP from Cambridge Council found that when what are বন্ধ আছে 3-4 মাস তারা কইছে যে এখানে some bacteria grow এখানে serious disease create হইলা similar to COVID-19. They're saying you cannot run your restaurant in the area unless you get a certificate. So যেহেতু প্লেন এগুলো বোয়াতে হবে, এগুলো মেনটেনেন্স করা লাগবে। মেনটেনেন্স না করলে এটা চলতো না। It does cost money. They have to pay the engineers, and they have to, if they borrow money, anything from bank, they have to pay interest. And that's it. So যেহেতু তারা সেল করেন না, so there is no chance to generate any more income for in this financial year.
So is it because due to that reason they are overcharging their customers?
No, it's not about overcharging. Because of the pandemic, people are scared. They are not going to plane. Suppose I used to take bus to go to my office, but nowadays I walk 3 miles every day to go and come back. I work every day. The reason why I work every day, because if I walk, I get fresh air, I get fit and healthy, and I am not going to contact anyone to get COVID-19. If I use bus, it will be packed in the morning during a peak hour. When I leave my office at 4 or 5 o'clock, it will pack again. There are high chance of contamination in the bus. That's why I don't use buses. So people are like me, they're thinking, most of them, they are not taking any risk to use airlines. একটা যদি আবদ্ধ জায়গার মধ্যে থাকুন, এখানে chance আছে to contaminate very quickly. That's why people probably not using airline industries.
Due to pandemic situation, but the airlines has raised their price up because a lot of people are complaining because many people who wishes to go to Bangladesh or any country for whatever reason, তারা কিন্তু অনেক পয়সা দিয়ে ট্রাভেল কি বলে টিকিট কাটছেন। যে যে টিকেটের দাম ছিল আপনার ৫০০ পাউন্ড, ওটা কিন্তু ১০০০ পাউন্ডের কাছে দাঁড়িয়েছে। এটা আপনি কি জানেন?
এটা বাংলাদেশ সম্বন্ধে I don't want to make any comment. I mean, হাজার এখানে 5,000 pound যদি বাংলাদেশ চার্জ করে, I don't think so they will make any more profit because they got cowboy syndicate, corrupted bureaucrat. In this environment for last 40 years, no one was able to run airlines as a profitable industry. So আপনি বাংলাদেশ সম্বন্ধে হইয়া লাভ নাই। And I use Biman Bangladesh Airlines last time when I went to Bangladesh to see my mom. We had a big operation in Bangladesh. আমি যে বিল্ডি জায়গা থাকছি আপনার সারপ্রাইজ হইবা। As a health and safety trainer, my room did not provide me enough thermal comfort. I paid 800 pounds to go at that time to Bangladesh, but service এবার worse. তার বাদে আমরা ইউজ করা লাগে, আমরা সিলেট রিপাবলিক আমরা সরাসরি সিলেট ফ্লাইট করতাম পারি বিমান বাংলাদেশ এয়ারলাইন্সে, চলে না, and that's why আমরা যাই। এটা আপনার হলো গিয়ে আপনার জাতিগত মর্যাদার আপনারা জানেন। You have to, in every training I tell my people, listen, you have to think like Japanese and Germans. Think about Japan, one of the poorest nation on the earth, a very powerful nation before Second World War. He used to produce heavy plant machinery, still the richest nation in Europe, still leading industrial market. তারা কিতা করে, তারা কিন্তু ইতা করে না। They are hard working, they make money with hard work, and they're good at their trade and honest. If you look at Japan, তারা কিন্তু cooperative, আসলে help করে। এর লাগে after heavily beaten in Second World War, both nation becoming the poorest nation on the earth. Japan is the top nation in Asia because of their cooperation. They help each other. জাপানও হইছে কিনা মানুষ জেলে যায় আপনার তার টাইম স্পেন্ড করার লাগে, বুড়োই গেলে তার গোড় হয়তো বালা টালা লাগে না, যেহেতু একটা ফার্স্ট পাউন্ডের জিনিস চেষ্টা করতে গিয়ে চুরি করে লিব যাতে জেলে যায় তার সুন্দর সময়টা যায়, বুঝছো নাকি? So আপনার উল্লাখান জাপানি, আনলেস মানুষ যদি জাপানি লাখান না চিন্তা ভাবনা করে আপনার জীবনেও বাংলাদেশ চেঞ্জ হতো না। জাপানের মানুষ যদি if you put them in Bangladesh, within 100 years time they will make Bangladesh Japan. If you put this Bangladeshi people to Japan, they will make Bangladesh Japan as Bangladesh. মানুষ আল্লাহ তাআলা কোরআনে ক্লিয়ারলি কইছেন, Allah never change the situation of a nation unless they change themselves. মানুষের কাছে সকলটা আপনার, if you look at about 400 years back in India, when Mughal Empire, so people went from Afghanistan and they captured power from Ibrahim Lodi in New Delhi. During Mughal Empire, it was one of the richest country in the earth. Okay, they used to control about 20% of GDP. Okay, দুনিয়া ছিল কারণ তখন কিন্তু পাবলিকে কাম করতে শোত আছিল because of the ruling and শাসন 200 years colonial ruling, another few decade Pakistani ruling, মানুষের এখন আর মানে সেন্টিমেন্ট দেশপ্রেম একবারে কমে গেছে।
অবশ্যই এখানে মহিমিয়া লিখেছেন, can you please tell us why Biman air ticket is too high compared to the other airlines? But you have passed on it, so you don't need to. Then
it's not me, it's charter accountant from Biman Airlines. They will tell you why they're charging more. Probably they are not having enough customers. Probably they are buying their aircraft with very high prices. So a lot of when I was young, one of the Bangladesh, their employees and the bureaucrats went to one of the country in Europe. তারা হচ্ছে প্লেনের দাম 5 কোটি, তুমি 10 কোটি টাকা দাম ধরো, 5 কোটি আমরা দিবা তুমি ঘুষ, আর 5 কোটি তোমার। I used to listen when I was young in Bangladesh. So Bangladesh public, they have to respect themselves. আমি যদি 500 তলার উপরে থাকি, 500 মিলিয়ন লিয়ার, আপনি যদি আমার হান্দার যদি রাস্তা যদি ঘুমায় না, I wouldn't have no respect. মানছে বাংলাদেশি কথা রাস্তার থাকে আপনার, you have to respect every individual. আল্লাহর দুনিয়ায় সকল মানুষের সমান। যে বেটা রিক্সা চালায় সেও আমার মতো পাবলিক, আমি যে বেটা ট্রেনিং করাই আমিও সেম পাবলিক। এর লাগে আপনি সম্মান করতে পাবলিকের রাইট দেওয়া লাগবে। দেশ ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্স 48 years এখনো কিন্তু I will not speak about anymore about Bangladesh because we are in Britain, we need to speak about Britain, but still there are high gaps between rich and poor. This is not independence, this is not freedom Bangladesh. Freedom Bangladesh means everyone got the same right. Doni gabi por সকল ক্ষমতা থাকতো. Everyone should get the right justice. Justice যদি থাকে না দুনিয়া কিচ্ছু হয় না. Justice is very important. If you look at Angela Merkel in Germany, so that's how should be the executives in Bangladesh. Hoque, onno kichu please.
And very wise words by the guest speaker. Biman will not make any profits unless the systems put in place to tackle corruption.
Yes, I paid 800 quid about 6 months ago, but I was in a room, wall was broken, bed was rubbish. I am flying for last 18 years. I never seen Biman behaving in this way. Probably I am old, probably they don't respect me. When I was young, I used to get very good service. Wherever I go, people used to respect, whether in Dhaka or Sylhet. So আমার মনে হয় কি আপনি যদি বান্নালে বলছেন বুড়া দূর হইছেন তাহলে সমস্যা হয়. Let me tell one example. Yalla, I need to tell you about Bangladesh. I went and I brought my mom about 2 years ago to UK, who's over 80 years old. My mom was so sick. পয়সা দিয়ে মানুষ Heathrow Airport পাইছে না পোস্টলিটা ঠেলাইবার লাগে. Heathrow না, Sylhet Airport. Then পয়সা দিছি এভরা আন্না দিয়ে পয়সা লিয়া যায়গে আর করে দিলা এগিয়ে এভরা দিয়া যায়গে. They do not do their job properly. কারণ তারা তো পয়সা আমরা দেওয়ার কোনো হতো না, তার বাদেও আমরা দিই, তার বাদেও তারা ইলা সার্ভিস আপনার দেন না. এদেশে আপনার আমরা যখন আন্ডারগ্রাউন্ডে যাই, আপনার খান্দা হয়ে যায়, 2 children with you, আপনার ব্যাগটা তুললে দেয়, হওয়া লাগে না, লগালগ দৌড়িয়া তুলিয়া নিয়ে দেয়, বুঝছেন? বাট এখানে পয়সা দিয়ে সার্ভিস পাওয়া যায় না. আপনি যদি স্মার্ট থাকুন না, রিচ থাকুন, পোস্ট থাকুন, সার্ভিস সবে সম্মান করে. Yes sir. আপনি বুড়া ধরে অন্ধ হইয়া ফরিজের আসে তুললে তো না.
Of course.
When I run training all the time, public behave like Japanese, things like Japanese, and that's how then তোমার উন্নতি হইব. এটা তো সুন্দর নয় যে আমি থাকলাম আপনার 500 তলার উপরে আর আরেকজন থাকলো রাস্তার মাঝে. When you go to Germany, ওটা তো বাংলাদেশি বিবিসি দেশে ওটা লাগান থাকে. তো আপনি সব মানুষ, you have to give everyone right. Independence has been independence to everyone. This does not mean independent Bangladesh.
Of course, I agree to that. Many people, যারা অনেকে একদম হাই রাইজ বিল্ডিং এ থাকেন, অনেকে আবার দেখা যাচ্ছে বাংলাদেশের যুবক বস্তির মধ্যে লোকজন বসবাস করছে একই এরিয়াতে, একই জায়গায়. You come up your own building and you see these slums and গরিব মানুষরা থাকছে, তো দেখতে তখন খুবই খারাপ লাগে. But that's Bangladesh, like you said. But I met someone who is more like Bangladeshi সাদা, আর আজকে আরেকজন পাইলাম বাংলাদেশি জাপানিজ পাইলাম আপনার.
Now Japanese now, but I train people all the time. Be frank, be helpful to others. If I don't like you, I should just shut up. I should not make any comment. I should not harm anyone. So that's how Japanese people behave. So I'm just on training kora Japan example on it. When I used to study accountancy, our chartered accountant, our teachers always they used to put example from Japanese stock exchange, from what do you call it, German stock exchange. They always use Japan and German because they're business nation and they're highly technical nation. Like তারা সব মান করা হয়, প্লাস তারা আমরা কত শিখতাম কি তা না শিখলে, আনলেস আমি যদি আমার বিহেভ চেঞ্জ না করি, I would not go to that position. So Bangladesh, so if you think about Bangladeshi people, তারা সব সময় চিন্তা ভাবনা করতে হয়, they have to respect everyone.
Of course. আপনাদের কমেন্ট আছে, very nice to hear honest and open opinions of the guest speaker. Thanks a lot for your contributions on Relaks Radio. আমাদের গেস্ট স্পিকার উনি আমাদের মানে ওনার কোম্পানি আমাদের প্রোগ্রামটা স্পন্সর করছেন. ভাই আমরা একটা ছোট বিরতিতে যাব, কারণ আমরা একটা বিরতি দরকার, একটা বিরতিতে যাই, বিরতির পরে আবার আসবো. তো শ্রোতা বন্ধুরা, আমরা যাচ্ছি একটু ছোট বিরতিতে, আবার আসছি, আপনারা কোথাও যাবেন না.
সব মিলে কাজটা ছেড়ে রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি, আও সব মিলে কাজটা ছেড়ে রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি। রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে প্রতিদিন শোনা যায় বাংলার প্রতিধ্বনি। রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি, রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি।
Relaks Radio.
I'm Bashir Choudhury, owner of All Seasons Letting, visiting Relax Radio. I'm very optimistic and very impressed that this radio station is going to be very useful for our community. Please download the app and keep listening.
Relax. Why read when you can listen? Relax Radio.
I'm going to pass it to you, the food, okay? শ্রোতা বন্ধুরা, আবার ফিরে আসলাম আপনাদের সাথে ছোট একটা বিরতির পর। আমার সাথে আব্দুল। So, before we go into the break, we were discussing about share market. আপনি বলছিলেন শেয়ার মার্কেটে যে কেউ থাকে ইনভেস্ট করার জন্য তার আগে ট্রেনিং নিতে। তো আপনারা ট্রেনিং প্রোভাইড করেন, প্রাইস প্ল্যান বলতেন।
Do you think about, should I speak about share market? আপনি কি তার training? Okay. Yeah, price is okay. Thank you. It's 3 days training, and it cost everyone £500. আমার অন্যান্য কোর্স হলো cost কম আছে. This course is about money market investing, so you could charge well like I run life in the UK, A2 and B1, and I spend so many hours to teach those people. Unlimited access that are, so somehow companies survive like, and that's why 5 charge like 3 days, full 3 days training. You know, about everything about P ratio, the trend, the investing, the decision, the seasoning, and how to forecast and what to look for when you invest and when you get out. Something called exit. If you think something going to be very worse, get out quickly. So there are so many things to cover in the training. We talk about finance, we talk about market, we talk about trend, we talk about capital, what do you call it, P ratio. We talk about future of the market, and we talk about the financing environment. We talk about interest rate. How does it behave for the market? There are so many things to cover. Sometimes we got a good news from the chancellor, market will go up by 10%. There are so many things you need to cover during the training. It's 3 full days training, and that £500 could be saving you 20,000, 50,000 pounds. Let me give you one example. Innocence by Tesco's. Before they open a branch, they will have a market study. It's called feasibility study. So they probably the Tesco would like to own a store in Bethnal Green. So they will spend £1 million sterling to look at the market. Who lives there? How much they earn? Are they working? Are they on benefit? And what is their purchase power? They will take all of them into consideration, and they will do a cost benefit analysis. Cost on one side, benefit on the other side, and then they will figure out which is is this worthwhile for them to invest in this area. If the figure says no, they will lose £1 million, but they will save multi-millions pound. So ola khana ke large corporation ole invest hoye lagi tara paisa to easily coin na. Small business like the Bengali restaurant, if you go to Watchel High Street, you'll see half of the restaurant is changing their ownership every year. So the restaurant ABC age asil na CBD arazon kinchen arazon 100,000 hoise I market side na hori invest korchen, he lose £50,000 then exit. So lagi apni study na hori, you will never ever put your head in any market unless you know what are you doing. So learning korle somehow kamo lage. Not only share market, it could reflect your other trade as well.
Okay, for the training, what level of English they need to know? Is it conducted in?
They're Bengali people. I can speak Bengali A to Z. I'll translate them everything in Bengali. The benefit with me, I'll translate everything in Bengali. So this is their benefit. I can ask me question in Bengali and I can answer them in Bengali, because this is not a regulated qualification. This is not of-qual regulated qualification. This is a training. I just teach them what to do, how to invest, when to invest, and what to look for, why they should not invest. So I'll tell them about the risks, the benefit, and everything. So there is no certificate involved, and therefore I can speak Bengali. When I write live in the UK or B1 A2, I have to speak English because they're attending English lessons. When I run food safety, I need to teach them in English because language of instruction for the qualification English. But for this qualification is very sensitive. People investing probably £100,000, they need to understand. Without understanding, they should not put their head in there. So I'll speak Bengali from the beginning to finishing.
Do they need to be very good in mathematics?
Not at all.
That's good. So anybody can join.
Anybody can join, yes.
Yeah.
Basic math, I will teach them basic math at the time. I will teach them how to use a calculator before you place an order, put calculator next to you, and I'll show them how to do it. It's very easy and simplified. But do not, my personal recommendation is, do not invest any money if you're not sure what are you doing. Because one of my cousins said, I never heard any Bengali people made money from the share market. And 76%, every 76 to 100 people losing money every year. So like, yeah, make sure what are you doing. It's very.
The thing that your cousin said, that not a single Bengali people made any money from share market, does it mean people are based in UK or people are based in all over the world?
In UK, because he's an old guy, about 67 years old, and he's a social guy. He goes to every event and movement, so he knows a lot of people, and he knows a lot of history about share market. Because onar সময় আছে নানি আপনার পুরানার এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রুগী কিন্তু না, এটা মানছে কোন একটা প্রভাব এক্সপেরিয়েন্স রুগীও নয়, ডাক্তার থেকে অনেক সময় অ্যাডভাইস করতে পারে ভালো, কারণ হি ইজ ডিলিং উইথ দিস ডিজিজ। তো বয়স যদি ওল্ড থাকে, তারা যদি বিজনেস করে নাস্তা লাগ মানুষের লগে সম্পর্ক থাকে, দে মে হ্যাভ প্র্যাকটিক্যাল এক্সপেরিয়েন্স, আপনি তারা ইগনোর করতে না। তারা যেহেতু রিয়েল লাইফ এক্সপার্টিস আছে, আপনি তার কথা শুনতাম।
Of course, definitely.
You don't have to be a chartered accountant. Somebody made £20 million last year from share market. You just listen to him. Somebody lose £10 million, listen to him, because they got real life experience. Somebody knows about their friend. How did they lose money? You can listen to them. So it's very important. Without learning, without knowing, you never put your hand in the market.
Definitely.
So I can teach everything. Decision maker is my learners. They will make their own decision. I will tell them, teach them how to find out financing information about companies.
Yeah. Next week আমরা কোন টপিক নিয়ে আইমু আপনি যদি একটু কইতা
because আপনার program যদি public যদি যারা আইবা আর কি তাহলে I can give them a 25% discount for life in their qualification. তারা যেখানেও থাকুন না I can teach them even if they're in Atlantic Ocean, if they have a computer and internet connection, I can teach them. So after course for like at the moment you don't have to come to Eastonton. If you're local you can, but if you are not local, living somewhere in Midland or further north in Manchester, Blackpool, you don't have to come to Eastonton all the way to Whitechapel. You just can stay at your home and attend my lesson. You will see me আপনার লগে জেলা মাত্রাম ওলা তারা দেখতে পারবা, তারা নোট পাইবা, বই হলতা পাইবা, মেনু পাইবা, আর কম্পিউটার তারা হলতা দেওয়া হইব. They got 2 copies, one electronics copy and one paper copy. So তারা মোটামুটি দেখতে পারবা. আর প্রত্যেক কোর্সে উনানি unlimited access. I never send my customers to any examination center unless they fit for exam.
Examine. So say I went and did my course with you, and then I need to go to my examination. So for that, I can be anywhere in the world, and still I can sit for the exam.
No, it depends what exam you're taking. Life in the UK, you have to take exam in UK.
Okay.
For B1 actually, because of migrants now probably born in this country. Zara noya is to B1 like better like when they enter to UK, there are A1 like to get the entry. When they apply for further extension, there are A2 like. When they apply for settlement, there are B1 like. When they apply for passport, there are B1 like a life in the UK or like. যেহেতু আমার কোনো এক্সামিনেশন না, আমি লোক টিউশন প্রোভাইডার, তাইলে আমার কাছে আনলিমিটেড অ্যাক্সেস আছে. সো আপনি আমাকে এইজন এবিসিডি জানতো না, I can teach you from this crap. So এলাও আছে মানুষের মুখে দিয়ে কোনো ইংলিশের মাতু হয়েছে না, তারা 2 সপ্তাহ পরে ফার্স্ট পড়ে দিছি. So আমারটা এক্সাম নয়, but I'm an experienced trainer. আমি খালি আপনার B1 এর basic qualification হয় না. I used to run training for trainer as well. So I used to run training for managers of very large corporation. কয়েক বছর আগে, first 7 years এখন I'm old. I do not have that many mainstream customers. And I used to run training for trainers, corporate managers, HR. জি
আপনি খালি কইরা আপনি old, but you're not that old. It's like
I know what happened when you were young. You got lots of mainstream customers. I used to get lots of mainstream customers. Businesses used to approach me to run training for the HRs, for the manager, for the personals, for the trainers. But at the moment, I run very, very, very basic qualification, entry level A1 and 2B1 live in the Kyoto. Motamoti community loge asi aki.
You also, at our last program, you did mention that if any woman wants to do training with you online, then you've got women training providers who will support.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I've now one-to-one women as if you're female somewhere outside Bradford, Manchester, Birmingham, দেখানো তখন না হলে আপনার ফিমেল টিচার আছেন, আপনি আমি জেলা কম্পিউটার কমিউনিকেট করলাম, ওলা বলতে আছেন, ফ্লিপচার্ট আছে, ভিডিও আছে, সবটা আছে, they can attend to the lesson. আমার দুয়ারো আইলে আমার টাই যখন আইন তখন I think it's my examination, and that's how I look after my learners, and that's why they pass in the exam.
Definitely. তো আগামী সপ্তাহে আমরা মাত্র 2 মিনিট বাকি আছে শোর। তো আগামী সপ্তাহে আমরা কিরা লইয়া আইমু, কোন ট্রেনিং লইয়া মাত্র আমরা
next week we'll talk about life in the UK, A2 and B1 qualification, and also if I will show you how does people lose money in the share market and also in cryptocurrency market, because Bengali Panish always say bora amar usit apne janle apnar job holo you need to impart this knowledge to others manchi ba dumse fosha koela. So I'll bring the screen in your computer to show them the amount of 50 pound loss kono somosya nai, but I'll still protect Bengali people from losing their own money, which you need to see. So I'll show you how does it happen, how does people lose money, and why they should not invest in cryptocurrency.
Also, before we started the show, you were saying যদি কেউ আমাদের প্রোগ্রাম দেখে আপনার সাথে যোগাযোগ করেন বা রিল্যাক্স রেডিওর নাম বলেন তাহলে ওনারা ডিসকাউন্ট পাবেন,
25% discount for every customers if they mention either your name or your company name. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Okay, if I don't do it, they can complain to you. Okay, they can raise issue when I am live. Is it okay? If they don't get discount, they can talk to you and they can raise the same issue in my next program. So don't worry about it. If they say they're from Relaks Radio, they'll get 25% discount. Because I own the company, I run the training. It's a one-man show to control everything, so I can give discount.
Wow, what can I say? So guys, আশা করি আপনারা শুনেছেন। আপনারা পৃথিবীর যে কোনো প্রান্তে থাকেন না কেন, আপনারা যদি কোনো ধরনের ট্রেনিং করতে চান, স্পেশালি ইফ ইউ আর ইন্টারেস্টেড টু ডু ট্রেনিং অন শেয়ার মার্কেট, তাহলে ডেফিনেটলি ওনার সাথে যোগাযোগ করবেন। আপনারা কিন্তু 25% ডিসকাউন্ট পাচ্ছেন রিল্যাক্স রেডিওর নাম বলে বা আমার নাম বলে। আমার এইটাই খুব এক্সাইটমেন্ট লাগছে, আমার নাম বলে আপনারা ডিসকাউন্ট পাবেন। ওয়াও, আই এম সো হ্যাপি। তো আমার নাম না বলে রিল্যাক্স রেডিওর নাম বললেই হবে। রিল্যাক্স রেডিওর নাম বলে আপনারা ডিসকাউন্ট পাচ্ছেন। সো আশা করি আপনারা ওনার সাথে যোগাযোগ করবেন। যোগাযোগের নাম্বারটা যদি একটু বলে দিতেন।
0207 096 1188. They can WhatsApp me on 0753931742. Also, তারা যদি মোবাইলে যদি তারা just Eastern training type করেন, Eastern training আমার সকলটা ফাইলিবা। If they come to Whitechapel, Islam Masjid Onaile, আমার অফিস আছে business wingo, they can find me over there. So if they come to Aldgate Station, 1 minute walk from Aldgate Station. If they come to so Whitechapel Station, about 3 minutes walk from Whitechapel Station. Today, nowadays everyone got mobile phone, smartphone. On Eastern training type করলে আমার ছবি নাম্বার অফিস সব থাকবে।
So guys, আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন যে ইস্টার্ন ট্রেনিং লেখা আছে, স্পন্সরড বাই ইস্টার্ন ট্রেনিং। আপনারা গুগলের মধ্যে গেলে খুঁজে নিতে পারেন তাদের যোগাযোগ নাম্বার। যদি আপনাদের এখন বলা হয়েছে নাম্বারগুলো দেওয়া হয়েছে, বাট যদি আপনারা মিস করে থাকেন অবশ্যই গুগলের মাধ্যমে সার্চ দিলে আপনারা পেয়ে যাবেন। আর তা না হলে আমাদের শোটারে আবার রিওয়াইন্ড করে দেখে নেবেন, তাহলে কিন্তু নাম্বারটা পেয়ে যাবেন। আর সবার সাথে শেয়ার দিবেন যাতে অন্যান্যরা বেনিফিট পান এই প্রোগ্রাম দেখে। তো আজকে এইটুকুই। ভাই, আপনি যাওয়ার আগে আপনি আমাদের শ্রোতাদের উদ্দেশ্যে কি বলবেন?
Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for attending, and thank you for giving us thanks to attend this program. I will try to attend more, and I'll bring lots of program for everyone. So I'm Saimuaki, Manchu Aro Kisu a lot for like I don't want people from the community lose any money. Also, besides my training company is training, also grammar skill children like root learning is so I'm here to help people with education. Education is always important. Learning is earning. After learning করলে আপনি পয়সা কইতে না, আপনার children হলে learning করেন খুব ভালো, তাইলে in the foreseeable future they will get a good job or a happy life lead করবা। So I'm all about learning. I got my root learning for children, and also I got Eastern training for grown-up people who would like to run business, work in mainstream, or run any trading industry in the UK. So lagi duar kula, if you have financial crisis, I'm stress approach me Monday to Friday between 9 to 5, and I'll help you as much as I can. After the restaurant owner, please get my advice before you run your trade. I can save at least £3,000 for the first year if you come to me. I'll help you give you all the tips, how to get 5-star, how to comply with the food safety regulation, how to save money, how to maximize your revenue and profit. So I'll help you as much as I can. If you're a new trader, please approach me. I will try to help you as much as I can.
তো শ্রোতা বন্ধুরা, আজকে এইটুকুই ছিল। আর আশা করি আপনারা আমাদের সাথে আবার জয়েন করবেন, রিল্যাক্স রেডিওর সাথে থাকবেন, রিল্যাক্স টিভির সাথে থাকবেন। আর ধন্যবাদ হক ভাই আপনাকে আজকে আসার জন্য। অ্যান্ড শ্রোতাদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলছি যে অবশ্যই আপনারা ফোন দিবেন, ফোন দিয়ে ওনার সাথে কথা বলবেন, আপনাদের ট্রেনিং প্রোগ্রামগুলো বুকিং করে নিয়ে নেবেন আর ডিসকাউন্ট প্রাইস পেয়ে যাবেন। সো আগামী সপ্তাহ পর্যন্ত আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকেন, সুস্থ থাকেন, আর অবশ্যই রিল্যাক্স রেডিও টিভির সাথে থাকেন। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
Good luck, everyone.